Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. You know what, let me go get my microphone so the audio is good. Let me just clip that on right there. All right, hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Grace and I own a permanent jewelry business, and today I am in my store. So I decided that I wanted to do a day in the life video just to kind of show you all what a typical day looks like for me running my store. Today is a Friday, and when I had my studio space, Fridays were really busy days for us. Like Fridays and Saturdays, even Thursday, Friday, and Saturday were really busy days. But since I just moved to this new location, my brand new store, hey, we only have 2 appointments booked, but the great thing about our new location is we are open to walk-ins. So maybe we'll get some walk-ins that'll come into the store today. I'm in the store early today because we had a pop-up event with a very popular hair care brand, and I sent one of my team members out to do that pop-up. And so she brought everything back to the store, and I just need to go through and organize all of our pop-up supplies just to make sure that everything is put back where it needs to be so that when we do our next pop-up, everything is already organized and put away. Before I get fully started for today, let me give you guys a quick update. So the last time that you saw me, I was in my old studio. If you've been watching my videos for a while, then you know that I started my permanent jewelry business in a 120 square foot studio space. I ran my business there for 2 years, and just recently in August, I moved into my first retail location, and that's where I'm standing now. I have already learned so much about retail. Even though we've only been open for a month, retail is so different from being in a studio space. I'm so glad that before I moved into retail that I did have a studio space, because I do think that the things I learned from having a studio really helped me to move into this next phase of my business with having a retail location. If you're interested in talking about your permanent jewelry business, if you're going into a studio space, or if you're just getting started and you feel like you have some questions, or you just need some guidance, or you want some input from somebody else that's already or has been working in their permanent jewelry business for a while, just let me know. I'll leave a link down below. If you want, we can have a call, we can talk about different things, and I'll try my best to help you the best way that I can. Just look down in the description box and then you'll see more information there. All right, now let me go ahead and get ready to organize all of our inventory for our pop-up. As you see, like I always have my team members take this red wagon because they can just wheel everything they need. We've gotten really good at making sure that we're not carrying big boxes when we do pop-ups. Most of the pop-ups that we go to, they're private events. So the people that we work with, they always supply our tables and chairs. So we really don't have to bring tables and chairs, which I'm so happy, because pulling around tables and chairs, it just adds to everything that you already had to carry. So the fact that most of our events are private events, it really helps us to not have to take so much stuff. So I'm going to break down everything, and I'll kind of show you guys how we like to keep everything organized for pop-ups. So I use a lot of these types of bags here because we can fit most of everything in there. For instance, so this bag here, we keep all of our linen. So everything that we use to set up our table, so our tablecloth, this right here is a banner that has the logo on it. And then I use these little things right here for decor. So everything that we need for our table, as far as the tablecloth and any banners, we keep in here. And since it's all fabric, of course, we just fold it, and that's nice and stored away in there. So I'll put all of this back in here. And we know that this is like our decor bag. For decor, we keep everything simple but cute. And I'll insert some pictures for you just so you can see like what a setup for us looks like. We keep it simple, but it also stands out because we use bright colors. And then we also just make sure that we add like just little items around that really make everything stand out. And of course, we're selling jewelry. Jewelry is already pretty. You don't really have to do too much extra when you're selling pretty jewelry, but we do have just a few things that we add into our setup to make it pop. Now, as far as our welder, when transporting that, I always like to keep the box that the welder comes in because it already has all the foam packaging and foam inserts that's needed to protect the welder. And so this is what we do. We just keep our welder in here. So I always hold on to a box anytime I get a new welder, and that's how we transport it. And as you see, I have some painter's tape here because I like to close this up once we have everything in there, just to make sure nothing falls out. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this painter's tape off. I've got the painter's tape off, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the welder in. Y'all, the welder that I'm using right now, I bought the Zap Plus 2 from Sunstone. I still use the Impulse Orion, which is like one of the OG welders from Sunstone. When I opened this store, I bought the Zap Plus 2, and it came in this box. And so that is our new welder. We have 2 of them. And I am loving the experience with the Zap Plus 2. It is so good. So if you're on the fence about what type of welder you should get, first, there are a lot of different welders on the market. There are welders that you can buy on Amazon. There are welders that you can buy on Etsy. There are welders everywhere that you can buy for permanent jewelry. Different brands out there, different companies. So definitely do your research, see which ones you think would work best for your business. But I've always used Sunstone products, so I can only speak for Sunstone. I don't know, any other welder out there because I've never used another welder other than Sunstone. So if you are on the fence, definitely do your own research to see what you think, which brand would work for you. I use Sunstone, but I've also heard really good things about other welders out there. You just have to do your own research, see what you think is gonna work for you, but I use Sunstone. I really like Sunstone. Okay, so I'm gonna take this welder or this box and just slide it back in here. I just keep this box stored away until our next event. Gotta move a little quicker because I gotta get done before my team members get here. Okay, display items. So I have this little thing here. This is what we display our chains on. And then I also use these acrylic risers. So it looks a little something like this. Of course, this sits on top of the acrylic riser. And we'll put like a little plant on this or something, or use it however we feel best for that particular setup. All right, so our risers will go in here as well. And our little displays will go in there. And painter's tape, I'll keep that in our office. This will go back in here. If you're looking for something to really spice up your display, I love these lights from Amazon. These are just battery powered table lamps, and I guess they're the Amazon brand because it has a big Amazon sticker here. So I got them in gold, and these are just so cute to set out around your table. I would buy at least 4 of these just so that you can have them and just place them around your display. It adds lighting and it adds decor. So this has been a really nice purchase for our pop-up setups. Okay, now batteries. Always take any battery that you may need for the pop-up. So your battery for your power station, your battery for your terminal, like if you use Square Terminal to check people out, any battery that you may need for any equipment that you are taking to your pop-up, just make sure you have the battery for backup. Now let's talk about how to power your pop-up. How you will go about powering your device, your welder for your pop-up. I use portable batteries. I have 2 different brands that I use. I think one of the most popular ones is the Jackery. Let me show you. This is the Jackery. I want to say it's the Jackery 300. I'm not for sure. We're charging it up right now. But this is what we use for all of our pop-ups. You can find that on Amazon. Now, not only do I use the Jackery to power our pop-ups, but I also use it in my store. So let me show you guys something. So this is a custom bench that was made, and the bench has power outlets. It has 4 of them all along the bottom of the bench. Let me show you up close. Okay, so you see that? So the goal initially when these were built was to be able to plug our welder in directly to the bench. Now, the only issue with that was it was a trip hazard because the cords were coming from the power outlet, from the outlet, and dropping onto the floor up to our welders. And so anytime somebody stepped off of the bench to like go look in the mirror or anything, it was a trip hazard. Like they could have easily tripped over the cords. And I said, oh, no, we've got to fix this. So the solution for that was to use a Jackery, a portable battery that we could use instead of using the outlets connected to the bench. So now all of our welders are powered by Jackeries, and all of our Jackeries fit into our carts here. So they fit right in here. So this is not a Jackery. This is a different type of portable battery. I forget the name of it. I've had that for about 2 years now. It's excellent, works very well, and the battery power and the charge on it lasts literally all day long. So now everything, all of our batteries are stored under here in our cart, also with our argon. So that's a way that you can power your entire pop-up setup if you're doing a private event or if you're doing a festival that's outside, get a Jackery. Another tip that I've learned is to label everything. So this right here is our battery for one of the batteries for our Jackery, and the Jackery batteries come in these nice little packs here. But I need to make a label for this. I'm not going to do that right now because no, let me do it. It's important. Let me do it. So let's make a quick label. Now, labeling everything is important because, you know, cords are everywhere. There are batteries, like all types of batteries laying around, chargers and stuff. And since it's not just me anymore and I have a team, I don't want us to be confused as to what these things are or what they go to. So labeling everything just makes it so much easier. This is the label printer that I use. It's called a Nimbot. Let's turn it on. And like the charger for this, I don't know where it is anymore. I did keep it in here, but again, it wasn't labeled, so there's no telling where it is now. But this is the label printer that I use, and it comes with this cool app. And so I'm just going to make a quick label. So this is going to be our Jackery. That way there's no confusion. Jackery charger. Now, what I love about this is it's so easy. All I have to do is press print. Boom. And we've got our nice label. Okay, so take this off and I'm just going to put it right here. Okay, now we know what this charger goes to. I'm gonna put it back in this bag. We have one more Jackery, so I need to print off another label for that. So once again, press print. There's our label. I just got the Jackery that was plugged up in the front of the store. We're at 100%, so we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out and then put it back in the cart that it goes in. But first, let me label this charger. All right, yes. I have found, y'all, when you have a team, you've got to keep everything as organized as possible so that everybody's on the same page. All right, next. This is another charger. This charger goes to our terminal, which is this right here. So if you're looking for a way to take payments at a pop-up, I highly, highly, highly recommend the Square Terminal. I cannot recommend this enough. 10 out of 10, it is perfect. It operates so well. You do need Wi-Fi in order to connect it, hotspot something in order to connect it. But I mean, it's great. You'll print out paper receipts, everything. It's just right here. I love this. This is what we used in the studio. Another option is if you do use Square for your POS, you can just check people out on your cell phone. So that's what I did for the longest time in my studio was I checked people out on my cell phone. So all you have to do is download the Square app and then it'll pull up your POS system and you can easily just check people out on your phone. And I always got so many like oohs and ahs when I would do that because I would pull out my phone and say, okay, you can pay here. And people were just like, wait, we can tap on the phone? And I'm like, yeah, you can tap on the phone. And so I don't know, people were always really impressed by that they could just tap on the phone. So if you don't have a Square terminal, then just use your cell phone. And it's not awkward. It's not weird or anything. I would literally just hold my cell phone there. They would tap and go. Let's put this Jackery up. All I have to do is just plug the welder right into the Jackery and we are good to go. Display, I know I mentioned that we display them in acrylic frames. So this is what we do. So this is my price list, one of my price lists because we have tiers. We have 4 different tiers. So this is our tier 1 price list and this is our tier 2 price list. Okay, so tier 1, tier 2, but we'll just set this on the table and people can read it. It's very clear, easy to understand, and makes for a nice display. I got all of these on Amazon. So for our display chains, I just keep them in bags like this. And like I said, I have 4 different tiers. So I have 4 different bags. And all of our display chains are in here. And once again, y'all, I love my labels. So each bag is labeled with the proper tier. You see, I love my labels. Labels just make everything organized. It makes life easier. I'm gonna keep our display chains in here. And I think I am going to keep our display chains stored in the store. Y'all are probably going to hear a lot of noise in the background, a lot of banging and stuff. So the building that I'm in is a brand new construction and it's still like the stores are still being built out. So there's noise all of the time. That's what you hear in the background now. All right, so I just got done doing a video that I'm going to put on social media. I like to use TikTok and Instagram. And so I'm finished with that. I'm pretty much finished with everything that I need to do in the store today. Since today is a very light day and we only have 2 appointments, I'm gonna let my team handle it. I've trained my team to be 100% independent so that if I'm not here or my manager is not here, they are still able to do everything that they need to do to run the store. So I am going to use today as an admin day so that I can catch up on just all of the back end stuff that I need to do. And then I also want to edit some videos that I would like to put out sometime next week. All right, so that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you do have questions and you just want a little bit more direction in your permanent jewelry business, or you just want to talk to somebody, reach out to me. I'll leave everything in the description box below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.